she's married to the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man!
Nene, you.
You too, bitch.
You. I don't need your
You
comments.
want to
You know what? I don't need your Get your finger out of my face.
You better watch
Get your
yourself. You
finger out
better
of my
watch
face.
yourself, trash.
What's up, everyone? In today's video, oh my goodness, I don't know what to tell you guys. Pages and pages of notes, thoughts. I don't know where to start or where to stop. And I'm just going to blunder right into it. This really reinforces my own ideas of needing to write this all out in long form. I think I need to write a book or something, or some way to get these thoughts in a more concrete, stable presentation. Because in this video format, I'm way too I'm way too amateur and infantile and kooky wooky to take it seriously in a way. So I'm just gonna go right into it. Let's see here. A case against immigration, all right? I would tell the migrants, your kids won't have a better life here. Stay there. I don't know if they're not, if they're being enchanted by the kazoo government to just come up for free stuff, but that's all going away, okay? It wasn't even here really to begin with, and the kids' individual lives aren't going to be better as time goes on. So do not come here. You're not going to have a better life here. Your children are not going to have a better life here. Just stay there, okay? Also, these images, again, I'm just like seeing... They had Fox News on, like at the gym on the TV. That's the first thing I did. I walk in there and I muted the bitch. I'm like, I ain't listen to this. And everyone's looking at me like, okay. So it's just like on with like the closed captions, and they were just like pictures of, again, the border crisis, as if this is a new crisis. I feel like they've been showing the same images for like 10 years, and we all knew that this has been going on for almost 60 years now. So to get all of this like emotional response of like, if you're on the left, it's like, oh, we gotta let them in, those dang Trump supporters want them, kicked out of the country and beyond the wall. And then you have the right that is like, oh my gosh, I don't want the immigrants here, yada yada yada. And it's like, we've been having the same like sort of emotional scenario in our heads and in our hearts for over 60 years. Like, I think we need to just let go. These people are not on our team, and they have no reason to do anything we want or say. All right, so totally detach, cut the rip cord, take the umbilical cord and just slice it off, because we don't need these psychopaths. Okay. I'm going to go on and on and on about this, but the big theme in our lifetime right now is not freedom of speech, okay? That is not what's going on here. Even here on YouTube, which we love so much. Freedom of belief, okay? Because speech implies that you have to actually say something or write something, but this is all in your head, okay? And I am arguing for the freedom to believe whatever you want. And I know you may think, oh, MrTheron, of course people can believe whatever they want. Like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, no. Maybe like 70 years ago, there was like space in the culture to believe whatever you want. But now, with the techno-fascism, there's only one belief. You can only have one belief, okay? And that's how that one belief is like, so all of this allegedly operates in the universe and the world and all of this crap, all of this absolute garbage, okay? The freedom is going to be the freedom of belief. I'm calling it now, okay? I've been saying it for a couple of videos now, and I would even caption it, like if I was writing a magazine article, freedom of exposure, okay? Double entendre there, because there's the one train of thought, exposure being like, what am I exposing myself to material-wise? So it's anti-censorship, okay? Like, I want to be able to be exposed to whatever I want. And then there's also the fake pancake, that if you want to expose yourself, you have the freedom to expose yourself. All of this like, oh my gosh, you're going to get yourself sick, or you're going to get everyone else sick. Like, oh my gosh. It's like, no. Stop all that fake, that trashy melodrama, okay? It's fake emotion. It's totally contrived. It's not real, okay? Like, just stop it. Just knock it off, okay? It's the freedom of belief. You are allowed to believe whatever you want. And then and you're allowed to follow wherever those beliefs call you to follow. Okay, perfect example, social media. Okay, what is it called? You know, on YouTube it's called subscribers, but for the entire for the entirety of social media, it's followers. How many followers do you have? Followers is a religious word, okay? It has a religious connotation there. I'm telling you, it's the freedom of belief. It's not the freedom of speech that we need to be arguing for. The freedom of belief to combat techno-fascism. It can be one of the hardest or easiest things to let people go and follow their beliefs. Ultimately, we have no control. And that's what we need to do. Because I see so many people so upset. I have my own issues with my own family and the whole Kukarachi shot. And it's so upsetting, begging them not to take it, okay? But you have to recognize the dignity in their own choice, okay? They have the absolute freedom to believe whatever they want. Even if it's, you know, not agreeing with you and how you view the world. And if you truly think it's going to hurt them, you got to let them go, okay? Like, those attachments to controlling how other people perceive the world have got to go. Trust me, I know it's hard. I'm working on this myself. It is not an easy thing to do. It's very emotional to let something go, you know? Like I mentioned videos ago, you know, the dream, it's like everyone's drowning, but they're choosing to drown. You know, you're reaching out your hand and you're like, come on, let's get up, like get out of the water, and they're actively choosing to drown. Okay? And you could flip it and they could say the same thing about me, okay? So just let people go.
That was totally kind. Totally.
Freedom of exposure. This is an argument for the Muslims, okay? Again, if you want to wear them, you have the freedom to wear one. But the way we have to approach this and attack this is stylistically, okay? Because I'm not here to censor anything. If someone wants to wear whatever they want to wear, they can wear it. You know, I think I'm coming from like a fashion sense, and I can like have certain allowances in my head where, you know, covering certain parts of your face for a whole fashion aesthetic could be rather nice. I don't, you know, but that's not what's going on here. This isn't like some nice chiffon scarf, you know, draped, you know, elegantly across your face. This is like a whole medicinal thing, okay? And I reject it. I reject it entirely, okay? The science and the medical science and the medical experts, give me a break, okay? This is a joke. If you think that putting a piece of cloth over your face is going to protect you from anything, I am calling for a total revision and a re-examination of infectious disease theory and how this all sort of happened, because I do not think it's anything like they're pushing on us at all, okay? And that includes sneezing on people, all right? There's nothing, there's no concrete evidence. If you can show me a scientific journal that isn't muddied with propaganda and government funding, okay, that shows that, you know, maybe I'd be open to the idea. But for right now, no, it's a joke. It's a total joke. Yeah, I revoke the unsubstantiated infectious disease theory that Muslims work medicinally. They don't work at all, okay? I don't understand infectious disease. I don't even understand disease itself, okay? But reality, where's my motherfucking sound bowl? I don't have my sound bowl, but reality is like doing, okay? So when it comes to disease, it's like, what is messing up with that frequency, okay? And do you think putting a fucking cloth over your face is going to do anything? God damn you. You should be cast out. I'm, again, calling for a total re-examination of health and medicine entirely, okay? I almost want to scrap the whole thing, because all of that, the whole medical, pharmaceutical, industrial complex is a sick joke. It is a sick joke, and I want nothing to do with it. And I'm totally hell-bent on tearing it all down, okay? As of I know right now in the United States, this is a democracy, okay? And in a democracy, anyone, anytime can say anything to you, all right? You must develop your language and your vocabulary and your skills to be able to defend yourself, okay? All this sort of hand-holding and like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he said that. Dad, government, can you come and shame on him. No, fuck you. You need to be able to defend your own self linguistically, okay? And if you can't do that, go to fucking the library and learn how to fucking read. I'm so sick of lowering the bar for these people, okay? And if you can't defend yourself, just walk away. Like, what? This whole idea in the past 5 years on the internet of banning people, okay? Banning people for what they say or their business and entrepreneurship. It's like, are you kidding me? The only people who do that are people in incredibly repressive regimes, okay? Qatar, Somalia, China, okay? Places like that where they totally disallow any type of human interaction. And these people, these quizzling people that welcome it, that want it, like, go fuck yourself. Changing the subject slightly. Technology use differs by what people are individually reliant on. Absolutely true, okay? Maps, the map applications, is the biggest. And this reflects the tremendous sense of dislocation people have and this whole destruction of the concept of the hometown, okay? If you're in your hometown, you don't need the motherfucking Maps app. Okay, you understand some sort of road names, you understand sort of where things are placed. You don't need the motherfucking Maps app. But because everyone lives fucking everywhere now, and there's so many people in this country that aren't even from here, that the Maps is the most reliant thing people have when it comes to technology, okay? Technology self-selects. So when it comes to like the difference between a computer and a library is that in the case of a library, you have to go and actively sort of choose what content based on, the book binding, does the marketing and the advertisement and how the whole design framework, does it appeal to you? Are you called? Are you resonating with the book? How do you know what you're picking up? You're just like, oh, I have this feeling that I need to pick that up, But with a computer, everything is self-selected for you. And that's another reason masculinity is right down the toilet, because making a decision, making a choice is 100% a masculine development phenomenon, okay? I have been friends with many a woman, and I'm not saying they cannot make decisions, but we all know if left to it, women would just go back and forth, and never actually make a decision. Because sometimes the hardest thing to do, the toughest thing to do, is to move forward. And some people are so feminine, and they get trapped in this feminine complex, myself included, where you just can't get out of your own head, and it's just like this talk. It's very feminine. And if you're a man, you just gotta like cut all that shit out, And when it comes to technology, self-selecting everything for you based on algorithms, based on all the behavioral psychologists and neurologists that they have working on the back end, trying to get you addicted to it. Oh my gosh, we have a lot of work to do. And all those people are like, oh, we want our own homeland. Okay, but with so much more has to be defined before I'm jumping into a homeland with everyone. Because if it's going to be all of this, just like people that maybe look a little bit more like me, it's not enough. I'm saying it right now, it is not enough for me, okay? I'm calling for a total re-examination of what's going on here, okay? Because there's something that's not right, especially with this tech. It's the tech-controlled self-selection of the visual apparatus in men, and particularly in men. It was developed back in hunting. You see something red, and it's like a target. The whole visual apparatus is distinctly masculine. And let's see here. This has been taken over, all right? How much are you allowing tech to decide for you? Making decisions is masculine. This has to be sorted out. The separation of sexes would help enormously the world of men and the world of women for 100%. For almost the entirety of the day was kept separate, except for coming together for food and sexy time, okay? So the food itself became a whole, sexual fluidity, this whole sort of sexual motion, whether you think about it or not, how the men and women would come together and eat. There's definitely a sexual connotation there. I don't need to, have a thing of grapes above my head to tell you that. Again, yes, separation of sexes would help enormously to counterbalance the tech self-selection. Why libraries are so key. Okay, so in our homeland, theoretically, I don't want technology self-selecting everything for us. Okay, technology has a time and a place, and it can help, but I would be very curious to see what actually happens when men have to start selecting and choosing for themselves. And I understand making decisions is not an easy thing to do. It's an emotional thing. You have all of this weight and this pressure from society. Like, I get it. But until men fucking grow some balls, okay, we are not going to get anywhere. And the first thing we need to do is really rethink how we're using technology and if we've allowed them in a little bit too far. Oh, and a little thing showed up on my recommended. It was like it was Tim Pool on Fox News, Tucker Carlson, a couple days ago, I guess. I didn't watch it, but I saw the thumbnail. Oh my God. Okay. No offense, but like Tim Pool, I haven't like heard or watched a video of yours since probably 2016, and you still have that gay fucking hat on. All right, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, you want to be taken seriously, and then you go up there on fucking national mainstream news, and you're wearing that fucking cum rag hat of yours that I cannot fucking stand. Okay, I don't want anything to do with any of that aesthetic at all. Okay? Anything like that is just gross to me. Okay? The fact that you can present yourself like that on national TV and want to be taken seriously, like, oh, I'm a real person, you know, I suffer from real issues of the world, you know? No, go fuck yourself, Tim Pool. You are disgusting. I'll stop bitching now. I know you've heard enough of me ranting, but I'll talk to you soon, and I love you so much.
That was totally Kyle. Totally.
It's a MrTheron production.